know I've been thinking about you.
This all began on the night of March 21st, 2010, when Paulette, her sister, along with her father Mauricio Gebara, were coming home from Valle de Bravo, which their mom Lisette had stayed at home and was waiting for them to arrive so she could put the girls to bed, which she did. On the morning of the 22nd of March, one of the nannies entered Paulette's room to wake her up, but didn't find her there. She notified Lisette, the mother, about this, and they started a search in the building, which was located on the Hacienda del Ciervo street. Later on, Mauricio informed his sisters about the disappearance of Paulette, and she informed the authorities. Mind you, Paulette's family lived in an apartment, so the search was going all around the building which the apartment was located in. After searching the whole entire building, they could still not find Paulette, and the apartment had no signs, absolutely no evidence of anybody coming in, breaking in the house. The doors were all the same. There was no fingerprints, nothing. The window was shut, closed, her room, everything. There was no evidence of anybody breaking in the house whatsoever. The next part of the case that I'm going to be talking about is about the false statements that were made of Paulette's disappearance. At this point, everybody was searching for Paulette. The Attorney General of the state of Mexico had already put up a poster with Paulette's face and information, including her motor and language disability. Her mom later got on television and stated that basically all she wanted was her daughter back, and that whoever had her just left her in a supermarket or in a crowded place so they could go look for her there and just find her there, and that they wouldn't take charges of whoever had stolen her. Mauricio also spoke up about the disappearance of Paulette and said that he wanted his daughter back, and that the morning of her disappearance he had gone out to work. Later on March 29th, the Attorney General of the state of Mexico made a statement that Mauricio, Lisette, and the two nannies were to be put on a restriction order due to false statements. The next part of the case that we are going to be talking about is the discovery of her body. On March 31st, Paulette's dead body was found in her bedroom, where her mom had previously done interviews in. The next clip I am going to be showing you guys is the exact moment where investigators found her body. Later on, an autopsy was done to Paulette's body, and they declared her death to have been accidental and due to a mechanical asphyxia, which was caused by obstruction to the nostril cavities and thorax compression. The autopsy also showed that she had slept with a cloth in her mouth, which prevented her from opening her mouth while she slept, which was apparently for her disability, said the mom. And the autopsy also showed that there was no kind of violence done to Paulette's body to have caused her death. The autopsy showed that she had died 3 days earlier, which meant that she was alive the first week of her disappearance. But that was later changed on the official report, which said that she had died 5 to 9 days before the analysis was made, which meant that she had died from day one. The conclusion was that Paulette had not been killed and she had died on her own, because she might have been moving around in bed and just fell headlong at the side of her bed and couldn't call for help because of her disabilities, so she remained unnoticed for 9 days. On April 3rd, Paulette's mother, Lisette, claimed that she had not been involved in any of the events which caused her daughter's death. So on April 4th, the judge declared Mauricio, Lisette, and the two nannies, Erica and Martha, off of restriction orders, but that they could still not leave the country because the investigation was still going on. So Mauricio left the hotel at 10:40 p.m. Lisette left the hotel at 11 p.m. and the two nannies left the hotel at noon. On April 5th, Lisette and Mauricio both accused each other of their daughter's death. Lisette said that he had previously accused her, so he might be trying to cover up for himself. And Mauricio said that there was no way his daughter's death was an accident and that he could not trust his wife anymore. So on April 6th, Paulette's body was buried at Panteón Francés in Mexico City, and only Lisette's part of the family went because they were the ones processing the whole thing, and that the dad side of the family wasn't allowed to go because of an agreement that they had made. On May 10th, the custody of Paulette's sister was granted to the mom, Lisette, after she put in a complaint demanding for her father to give her the custody. 7 years later, Paulette's body was exhumed from her grave and cremated because the authorities said that it was no longer needed for evidence of the investigation. And that's really all that we have to this case. The case is still unsolved and just declared as an accidental death, like I said. But I want you guys to comment down below, who do you think could have killed her if it wasn't an accident?